Westbrook. There's a screen. The three, and that one's good. Westbrook's got 6 here in this quarter.
These defenders had better start closing out on those shooters.
That's 2 in a row, and we call that a streak. And guys, you talk about players who have that killer instinct. Russell Westbrook is right at the top of that list.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Kevin, Greg Popovich was just going over the plan with his team. He made it clear that their offense needed to run through Leonard. Clear. Quote, he's who we want getting the bulk of the touches. He is who we want making our decisions. He said also that their offense needs to be a patient one. He told them, don't rush things. Use as much of that shot clock as you need to. Coach was not wasting any time in altering their strategy here in the second half. And Kevin, he's going to have to hope those changes take effect quickly.
All right, Doris. And you think, Greg, about Westbrook's killer instincts? You were alluding to that. It's very apparent at times. Players praise and Clark, I think, fear him for just that characteristic alone.
Well, how about this, Kevin? Kobe Bryant said Westbrook has the same love for competition that he has. Whenever other guards are pulled, Westbrook is their worst matchup.
Duncan with a screen on Westbrook. Dishes it to Aldridge. Will it go? And for LaMarcus Aldridge, always praised for his terrific shooting. His rebounding, as we know, Greg, has always been fantastic. Over the past 2 seasons, he's averaged double-digit goals.
And that's why so many teams wanted him in this last free agency period. His ability to put points on the board as well as clean the boards. What a deadly combination.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. JaVale McGee's checked in for Steven Adams. Waiters comes in for Jimmy Butler. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Russell Westbrook. Inside, here's Duncan. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Duncan's got 8.
You know, on the topic of Aldridge's rebounding, I mean, he doesn't do it by banging people around. He does it with positioning, timing, and length. And you can say that about most of his game. Quietly, effective, and impactful.
And those are 2 teammates right there working in rhythm. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
Duncan with the bucket.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing. And what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
Augustine with it. Leonard picks him up. That's tipped, and it's out of bounds to the Thunder as Oklahoma City retains possession.
And guys, going back to Aldridge, last season was a difficult one for him. He had the torn ligament in his left thumb, but still fought through it to become the Blazers' all-time leader in rebound.
San Antonio making a switch here. West is checked in. Just 3 to shoot. Waiters. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
They are wreaking havoc on them with the three-point shot here.
The defense has no answer right now. Even when they've gotten a hand up, it has not seemed to matter.
Mills with it. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. West dishes to Leonard. And another basket for San Antonio. The Thunder leading by 23. And the pass to Augustine. West against Ibaka. Tries from 10. Mills with the rebound.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
Green passes to Mills. Leonard on the wing, headed by Augustine. Leonard, no luck.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, Greg, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it. Gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
And Dion Waiters traded last season to the Thunder. They wanted him as a shooting and scoring threat off the bench. Didn't want him to try and fill the void that Harden played when he was a member of the team.
You know, Greg, for Waiters, it would be unfair for the Thunder to ask that of anybody. You know, that's tough to do. Clark, hard to make up what Harden had accomplished.
Yeah, and the Thunder even asked Waiters not to wear number 13 to avoid any comparisons, which I think was a smart move. But they still would like to have him provide some punch in terms of points off the bench.
Here's Augustine. Tim Duncan grabs the miss. Duncan's got his 3rd rebound tonight. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Green, no luck. Oklahoma City's got more than a 50% success rate on their three-pointers since halftime. They're 4 of 7. And it's good. Walk through contact, gets the shot. He'll go to the free throw line. Thaddeus Young. He's checked in for Sean Marion. And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the Thunder.
So far, they've turned in a fantastic performance from the three-point line. It's been a weapon all game.
And you've always heard of guys being in a zone shooting, but you can be in a zone passing the basketball, and we've seen that tonight as well.
And Mills kicks it to West, and it's blocked by Ibaka, but he gets it back. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Thunder have gone 8 of 14 on their shot attempts here in the 3rd. Some pretty nice work. Augustine dishes to McGee. Rebound, San Antonio. Now Mills. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
And for David West last season, the thought was he might increase his production with Paul George out, but the opposite happened. West suffered his lowest scoring output in a decade, only 12 points per game on 47% shooting. Rough showing for the former All-Star.
Well, Greg, getting back to West, even though his scoring was down, his playmaking was up. You were talking about that. Clark, 3.5 assists a game last season, by far the highest number of his career.
Yeah, one of the very best pros I've ever been around. He's very smart. He's tough. He's all about team, and you know, he makes things happen. Impacts winning in a lot of ways, and those assist totals indicate that. You know, last season, Thaddeus Young was moved from Minnesota to Brooklyn, guys. A good move for everybody involved as he helped with the playoff push.
Here's Mills. From deep. No luck. Ibaka with some nice deep.
It's just been a brutal outing for him. He still hasn't managed to make a shot, and the team is struggling because of it.
McGee, the pass to Ibaka. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. To the middle, deflects the pass. It's stolen by Duncan. In transition, here come the Spurs. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Oklahoma City has got more than a 50% success rate on their three-pointers since halftime. They're 4 of 7. Young last year, as you mentioned, GA, shipped to Brooklyn, provided good punch off the bench.
Yeah, and Young is so efficient in his scoring that he's a great guy to play heavy minutes off the bench. Shot over 50% from the floor in his games with the Nets.
Green kicks to Ginobili. Duncan outside. Back to Ginobili. Clock at 6. Shoots the 3. Offensive rebound, Spurs. It's stolen by Ibaka. And pushing it up here. Here is Oklahoma City. And he gets it to go. That's now 20. Six points for Dion Waiters.
And they've looked terrific in transition today. That's had a lot to do with their success.
Boy, it certainly has. I mean, they've done a really good job recognizing anytime they've had the numbers advantage, and then they've taken advantage. We've seen it time and time again here. Once again, he's able to knock down the long-range jumper. He's on automatic. Just a brilliant game.
West a screen on Augustine. Here's Mills. Off the mark, and the drought continues.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Duncan with a screen on Augustine. Mills dishes to Duncan. McGee with the block. And again, Oklahoma City running the court in transition. And it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession here. 7 seconds left to play in the third. Butler kicks to Westbrook. The kick out to Young. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. Thunder out in front. And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. Here's San Antonio now. On the floor for San Antonio starting the fourth quarter. Parker out there with Ray McCallum. Then there's Anderson. Then there's Boris Diaw. And the shot is good. 6 points for Tony Parker.
Looked like he was channeling Bob Cousy right there. Since when does he take guys off the dribble like that?
Westbrook, no good. Spurs shooting at 36%. They really seem out of sync offensively. McCallum, the pass to Parker. Here's Marjanovic. Back to Parker. 5 to shoot. From past the arc. That's good. Parker's got 5 points now in the quarter. The Thunder shooting with confidence. 50% from the field so far. Here's Bogdanovic. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And in today's NBA, it's all about spacing on offense. It used to be more about finding matchups to exploit. Now it is all about opening up great looks by spreading the floor.
And with great spacing in the NBA, you need great shooting. More than ever, shooting and spacing, Clark, are at a premium in the NBA for teams.
Yeah, well, it starts with point guards being able to break down defenses and get into the lane to create open shots. You want to be able to create space for the point guards to drive, so you need shooters on the wings.
Here's McCallum. And he gets the bucket.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
The shot by Westbrook. Cannot hit. And San Antonio will go the other way with it. Shot from 12. And it's Anderson that time on the assist by Parker. Parker's got his 6th assist on the night.
Great job to hit his teammate on that move, Kevin.
Outside Westbrook. Anderson against Butler. From deep. Butler can't get that one to fall.
Kevin, I didn't like that defensive effort at all, but they're lucky he missed it.
Yeah, you hope that's not indicative of the type of D they're going to play, because if they do, they're going to have struggles with him tonight.
Westbrook kicks to Bogdanovic. Launches a 3. The Thunder with another miss.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Parker drives in. Here's McCallum. Off target from 3-point range. Oklahoma City has gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. And Westbrook gets it to go.
What an exhibition he's putting on today. This is about as hot as you can get.
Here's Parker. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And Tony Parker, at least some of his success can be attributed to playing with talented bigs. I mean, in his rookie season, he plays with both the Admiral and Tim Duncan. He kept that partnership going with Duncan for several more championships. So while talented, he's also been very fortunate.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Nick Collison's checked in for Adams. And Anthony Morrow subbed in for Jimmy Butler. Parker drives in. The quick look, no good that time.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
Well, talking about Parker and the bigs, Tony benefited from their presence, Clark, but they also benefited from his play.
Really, early in their careers, the only way to defend Parker and Duncan was to pack the lane, and once Tony developed a consistent jump shot, the only way to defend them was to hope and pray.
Right. San Antonio's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. From 11 feet away, can't get it to go. Westbrook with the nice D there. He kicks to Robertson. Here's Bogdanovich. The three-pointer, no good. The Spurs have gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter. Here's Marjanovic. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
Now there's something for the top 10 highlight reel right there. A layup can be just as sweet and as pretty as a dunk sometimes.
Westbrook against Parker. Outside Westbrook. And the officials call over the back. A little too aggressive there.
And something that's been whispered about around the NBA is expansion. We know there are some markets that want desperately to have an NBA team. The NBA might not be at 30 teams for the foreseeable future.
Mills, he's checked in for Tony Parker. McCallum, no good from outside. Got the defender off his feet with the pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. The three from Morrow. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist. Westbrook's got his 5th assist in this one. There are markets in the U.S. that want an NBA team. Seattle, which has been a great NBA friend, has been trying to get a team back since the Sonics left for Oklahoma City.
Clearly, Seattle's the lead name domestically. The NBA has also talked about adding a European division. A lot of different options for expansion. Don't think any will be acted on anytime soon.
He feeds it to Robertson. Pass to Bogdanovich. The three-pointer, no good. For San Antonio, they've gone 7 of 13 from the field here in the fourth. But they get it back. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And really, he does that one as well as anyone. Kev, you're right. That's like his signature move once he goes airborne.
Nice ball movement by San Antonio. McCallum dishes to Diaw. Another one falls for San Antonio. Oklahoma City shooting about 43% here in the fourth quarter. And Westbrook, here we go.
Well, it seems like this is something we've said quite a bit the last few years, but now we really feel like we're in a golden age for point guards. So many point guards on so many teams are the leaders and best players on their team. You can name a dozen all-star level point guards in the league right now.
Left side Anderson. Back to Diaw. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. To illustrate just how strong the point guard position is right now, Greg, in the NBA, just take a look at the point guards who did not make the All-Star team a season ago. Wow.
You know, in both conferences, it's almost as if we're in the midst of a point guard renaissance for the NBA. I mean, MVP Steph Curry, Russell Westbrook, CP3 out west, John Wall, Kyrie Irving in the East. Boy, I could go on and on with the great players at that position.
Westbrook double team, and they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. San Antonio's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 three-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Morrow with the rebound. The Thunder shooting with confidence, 50% from the field so far. Anderson against Westbrook. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
And for Russell Westbrook, a good effort last season, but not necessarily shot a 5-year low of 43% to get those points. And he led the league in turnover average, but that's also because he's got such a high volume usage now with all the injury.
Diaw with a screen on Westbrook. To the paint. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two. Greg, on the topic of Westbrook, no one's questioning his heart and his will. It was unbelievable what he did after Durant went down. But Clark, the truth is, it's hard to make the playoffs playing inefficient basketball.
No, I agree. I mean, there are certain guys who are catalysts and other guys who make things happen. And Iverson, Ginobili, Russell's old teammate, James Harden. Those guys make things happen, and you have to live with some of their inefficiency at times.
And the basket by Diaw. The Thunder have gone 7 of 15 from the floor here in the fourth, right around 46-47%. Collison, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. And watching Nick Collison, he makes all the hustle plays, all the little plays, the things that really will not show up in a score sheet, stat sheet. For over a decade, he's had that role and embraced it.
And Kevin, the other thing he does as a veteran is a coach knows what he's going to get. He doesn't make the mistakes that some players make. And while he's not going to be a great scorer in the post or a high-flying rim protector, his game really is built on intelligence and toughness. And so positioning for charges, making open mid-range jump shots, all the unsung things that help a team win games.
And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Oklahoma City shooting about 47% here in the fourth.
You know, on the topic of Nick Collison shooting, last season was his only real setback. Only shot 42% after having a career 54% shooting percentage. But he's up slightly in most other categories, especially the ones based on hustle and effort.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Thunder.
You're right, so it was a standout performance across the board. They were just, at times, Clark, it seemed toying with it.
Yeah, like watching a cat play with a mouse, Kevin, quite honestly. They were able to do more or less, whatever they wanted to do.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this four-game season series.
And it will be a fight, Greg. When you see an opponent that many times, it's inevitable that those games take on a little extra added meaning for the player.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for Russell Westbrook. Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised. Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
It's Anderson with the drive. Out left to the wing. McCallum with the bucket.
And they're on the kind of run that could have made a difference had it just started a little earlier.
Yeah, but I think the only reason they're on this run is because the defense has relaxed a little bit, knowing the game is basically in the back.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Welcome back, Ernie Johnson, along with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Let's quickly move. Russell Westbrook. He had just an outstanding fourth quarter. And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're...
São Paris, São Paulo, França, Brasil. Aí, MSP, Laboratório Fantasma. É nóis. Assim
Os manos no posto, trampando a contragosto, feliz ou oposto. Aposto que sei da dureza, que é a tristeza deformando o seu rosto. Se calos falassem, talvez o mundo escutasse, olhar do impasse, olhasse, limpasse, brilhavam vocês. Oh, juro, pras minas no fronte, que dor pra contar tem de monte. É tipo uma fonte dela, de fronte ela sonha com um novo horizonte, trancada na cela ou numa favela. Essa é foda, João, pobre menino. verdade é feminina.